venture, but we already been moving anyway. So as
Just
soon as it's
checking it.
official, I'm going to be like tagging the, so they'll be able to see it.
Okay. What's up, y'all?
I'm gonna let people coming in. Hey y'all, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
What's up?
Happy DancePreneur Sunday. Yes. Oh, okay. I sent the email late today, but everybody should know it's 7:30, hopefully. But yeah, we will definitely keep it popping. How's everybody weekend?
Good.
Good.
Really good.
Amazing.
How's
Okay.
yours?
Before we get into entrepreneurship, anybody want to share anything that's happening, that's going on, epiphanies, experiences, anything you want to share before we get into the entrepreneurship?
I'll share. Oh wait, sorry.
Yes. Is that Ash? Hold on.
Oh, that's me, yes.
Okay. Hey Ash.
Hi. I'm really just realizing how much work you have to do. It's like I already knew that you have to do a lot of work, and it's like, okay, cool, I gotta do a lot of work. But it's so much stuff that I didn't know. So sometimes it feels overwhelming because it's so new, and I try not to let it overwhelm me.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say try because I feel like that limits me, but I'm working on not letting it overwhelm me and just pace myself. Because I know you said to pace yourself, but still be diligent. But I'm really just realizing how patient, how.
When you say what's something, it can be one thing. Like, what's something that was like, oh, okay,
I gotta do this.
I gotta do this. Yeah.
Just
for content.
So for me, content on social media, because I don't really be like, that's hard for me,
Okay.
Like, it's just something like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm learning different dance styles and trying not to do all of them at one time, and seeing how many hours I need to put in to work on a certain dance style to actually see improvement as I'm consistent,
Yeah.
and like studying it and learning the origin of what the hell I'm doing, because now I don't want to just do shit and I can't tell nobody about it for real. So it's a lot. So that's fine.
Yeah. It's okay. I think it's great to also just kind of be aware of it, and now you're in like more of a whereas before it may not have been as like revealed to you, so you just didn't know, right? Like sometimes I always say you don't know what you don't know, so until you find out, you're like, oh, trust me, I feel you. Trust me, we all feel you. Because that may be for you in that space that you're in currently, and somebody else might be like, oh, that's not me. But in another space, in another lane, in another industry, in another, point in their life, they feel the exact same way. Trust me, I feel it.
Yes. Like it motivates me though. I'm like, okay, work. Okay, if I want to be better, this is what I got to do. But it's still just a lot. But I accept that it's gonna be a lot, and I'm willing to do the work to be better. So
that's good.
Yeah, as long as you accept it, you'll be fine. But that's a normal feeling you have. You just saying, oh, okay, this is my load of work I gotta do. All right, we accepting it. Then that's all that matters. As long as you ain't running from it, you'll be fine.
Oh no, I charge towards it.
There it is. Yeah. That's when and that's whatever it is for anybody, that's when we start to see stretching and growing and like the uncomfortable, like, oh my God. If you feel that feeling, if you don't feel that feeling, then you're not growing and you're in a space of contentment. And some people are cool there, you know what I'm saying? Like some people live there. That's where they stay. That's where you're gonna find them every time. But if you get in those spaces where you do feel sometimes overwhelmed, you do feel the anxiousness, you do feel like, okay, I got a lot. That feeling, you growing.
Yeah.
You growing.
Your ambition has grown. Your vision has got bigger. You're wanting something different. So that's a good feeling to actually have. Even though in the moment, sometimes it may feel crazy because it feels overwhelming, but at least you got a vision. Some people not blessed to have that. At least you got a vision and some type of ambition. And that's for all of us. Like, I can relate to that feeling so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're not alone. That's all you need to know too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, go ahead, Tamika.
Yeah, it's funny that she said that because I have to piggyback exactly what she said. But what ended up how I got to that place is because I went to an intensive boot camp, dance boot camp this weekend. And when I tell you I was so out of my element, like uncomfortable, like I just really started taking dancing seriously again this year, January. And so when I went to this intensive, boot camp, it was dancers that have been training for however amount of years consecutively. Like, so they were like doing tricks, and I'm here like, okay, do I even belong in this place? Like, should I leave? Like, that's really how I felt. And it just made me realize, like, I have a lot of work to do. Like, if I want this for real, like if I really this for real is just so much work to do. So right now I'm actually creating like a plan, a goal and a plan to execute, what it is that I said that I want to do for myself, where I see myself. And the intensive camp, it actually piggyback off of what I learned with you so far, like about branding and content. And I'm like, oh my God, like social media is the way, but it's like, it's so intimidating because social media you could have a post about babies and butterflies and somebody will have something crazy negative to say. So it's scary.
Right.
Yeah, you can't worry about that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Come with it. Just block them.
I don't know if I want to be so vulnerable, but obviously that's what it takes. So that's what I took out of this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, see, Ash, just like that, quick. You got it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't alone, girl. We all in this together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, go ahead, Krista.
There we go. Hey y'all. So yes, there's definitely something in the air. I don't know what it is, but I definitely feel it within me as far as things that you want to do or you have a plan to do, but you don't quite know how to get started. And it can get to a point where you feel cluttered in your mind. You can't get anything organized or things are just clamming on you at once. I definitely had that feeling last week and had to take a minute. I think the best way for people to, or us in general, to capitalize off of that crazy energy is just look at your stuff, your things one by one, and just say, okay, this would be dope, but let me do this first. Do what's most attainable first, and the things that take the longest amount of time or more effort, put them back in the bottom of your list. Because everything we're trying to do is not a sprint; it's a marathon, and it's gonna take so long. But by the time you get at least halfway through, it's like, dang, I made progress. Like even with this group, I've learned so much when it comes to getting into entrepreneurship. I know that's really what I want to do. And I've been writing down so many things already. And it gives me hope because it gives me a clear vision of where I'm trying to go and how I can do things in order. So you don't feel like, oh my God, how can I do all of this? It's like, no, just pick one thing and do that one thing first and then go to the next thing. And then it'll get easier as time goes on and you'll feel better about yourself and not get so down on yourself for what you haven't done. And I had to learn this as well, to not look at somebody else's journey. You got to have blinders on because you don't know what hell they went through to get to where they are. And you don't want to trade those places if it's a blind spot that you may not be comfortable with looking into. So I would just say for us all, like, be proud of where you at and be excited about where you're going. So
Yes.
that's the
Yeah, it's your time.
Very well
Yes.
said. Like I completely, oh my God, could not agree with you more. I'm definitely the queen of that. Like I'd be like, it's so many things in my head that I just want to like spew out all at the same time and just go do it, go do all this, go do it. And I have to be like, pump the brakes. Hey,
Yes.
okay, let me just focus on this first, and it's good. Like you said, I think I'll try to like,
yes,
you have ambition. That means you're like, you get consumed and that's a good thing. As crazy as that sounds, I'm telling you, it's a good thing because you're gonna always be motivated. There should never be a time or point where you just don't have anything to do, or you're not inspired, or you like, I don't know, what am I going to do next? No, you know what you're going to do next. You got a whole list.
Right. Of things you want.
Things you want to do. And taking your time, having patience. That's something that I've learned over the years. I had to have patience and giving myself grace, but also, yeah, just keeping the foot to the, you know what I'm saying, pedal to the metal.
Like finding that balance, that perfect balance and all of that. Having the patience, but still having the same amount of ambition, but understanding that it's not gonna happen tomorrow. But being excited about the journey, like you said, is the key. Knowing that you have something to work towards should excite you every day to get up. Because now I don't have what I want, but I have something that I'm working towards.
Yeah.
The average person doesn't have that. So it's a blessing to even just have something to work towards.
Yeah. And even with this community, just being able to like, I'm going to always be preaching that, just trying to like staying inspired and motivated, because that is, you know, it's great to be motivated and inspired in a moment. And then, you know, life starts happening and then we get distracted, and, you know, like people around you, not in our environment may not be this 24/7, 7 days a week, 365. So what are we doing to make sure that we're staying in this type of, you know, environment that we know, whether I'm with y'all or not every other day, it still has to stay this type of energy. So that's why even with the app and having that community, like that is important to me, because I don't want to in 2 years feel like you are like lost and you don't know what to do. It's like, no, remember when we was talking about the list? Remember when we was talking about, you know what I'm saying? We got to stay motivated and when we like, that's important. So whatever you feeling now, just like staying true to that as long as like literally forever. I'm telling y'all, I'm going on 23 years, you know, still like it's more to do. It's more to do. Do you hear me? Like I ain't never did it. I promise. Like it's random.
And it's like the craziest part, it's gonna always be like that, because when you're growing, your ambition is steady growing, you always gonna see something bigger. You're gonna be like, dang, it's something else I need to do now. The only time you lose that feeling is when you get complacent and where you with the level of your career.
Yeah.
But if you always looking for the next thing, it's always gonna be something to do, no matter what career path you on. Now, this is the part though that everybody has to really understand. Once you accomplish something that you really worked hard to get and prayed for, enjoy it. We sometimes don't know how to enjoy it because we so focused on the next thing that we don't even sit back and be like, dang, I actually made it to that point in my career where I was praying to be at.
Yeah.
So just make sure we're enjoying our accomplishments in the midst of pursuing in the next thing, because it'll get overwhelming if you don't know how to enjoy what's being done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the live your dream part that we talk about sometimes with like defining the dream, like different aspects of it, whether we're living it, loving it, working for it, whatever, but like the living part, like living in the dream, even when you still have other things on the horizon that you already see on the way, it's like, okay, live in this moment though. So yeah, that's a great note. Okay, go ahead, Jess.
Hi, everyone.
So, Jess,
I first just wanted to say, well, I missed y'all because I haven't been on a call in the past week. But I have a good reason. So I went home to the DMV for some things, and in the midst of that, I hosted my first event /
Yay! Very
and
good.
it actually was really, really fun. It was actually a full class, so I'm very grateful for that. And it also just kind of like was a reflective moment, because I'm like, wow, like I really love my community and where I come from specifically, and like being able to be a vessel and pouring back into people that were in a position that I once was before I left just feels good, you know? But I also was just like, wow, like when I would have my one-on-one with Kiki, like I was telling her like, yeah, I'm about to bring back my organization. I'm starting off with dance classes and like all these things. And like now that I'm in the middle of doing it now, it just feels really good. So thank you for like, you know, the motivation and encouragement. But yeah, it was a successful event. I'm having my next one in the summer. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just doing baby steps though, because it's a little nerve-wracking, but it went well. And I also did file my LLC, but I didn't do the rush fee or something, because I'm like, it's taking a little longer than usual. So I need to look back into it, but I did file it. So that's exciting.
Okay.
yeah,
No, it's fine.
no rush.
You ain't gotta rush. Yeah, you filed it. It's fine. Yeah,
Exactly. So yeah, so I
Don't
did.
pay no extra money if you don't have to.
I got you. But yeah, so I did that. So I think that was a really big like check off my goal list for this year. And it was already a thought and a seed planted, but being in the program at the start of this year basically was like that fire, that push I needed to just get it going. So yeah, I'm appreciative of that. And I feel like I also just have like a side note about all this. I'm in a space right now where I'm just like trying to figure out like what else is there that I want to do. And I think because I have so many things going on in my head, I'd be stressing myself out because, and I don't know if anyone else can relate, but I just know that there's more and that I have potential to do all these things, but I'm stressed out about it because I'm like somebody was saying, like we need to take it one step at a time instead of like being overwhelmed with all of these things at once.
Yeah.
But then you guys also hit a note too about just being like grateful and present and also taking in the things that we do in the moment because I'm also in a space where it's like, okay, I've done all these things and I was happy and fulfilled and I am now reflecting on it, but now it's like, okay, what's next? But then it's like the what next part is what stresses us out because we don't really know. So I'm just in a space where I'm just trying to like calm myself down and take things one step at a time because I be stressed out. But
but you're not supposed to know everything either, though.
Exactly.
That kind of ruins the whole magic moments that show up, the blessings or the things you dreamed about. But just being open, I would just say for you what you're talking about is just being open, being ready, I think you're in a great position to receive. And the fact that you started that business and actually you went home, like you've already planted the seed now for that. So that's going to grow. There are going to be so many more ideas that are going to come from that. And, it's going to grow legs. And now that's happening. And then you're still, all of the dance stuff like that, just be open to receive whatever. You don't know. Exactly. You don't. You're like, I'm trying to figure out what it is. No, I don't want you to try to figure it out. Like,
just be prepared for any job that calls. So if there's working out, training, classes, be prepared because we don't know what job is going to call us.
Y'all.
We don't know.
Y'all.
We don't know.
When I say you never know, I'm kind of like, okay, God, like the calls and emails I've read, like, I mean, it'd be way left. And I'm like, I would have never saw that. I don't ever see that. So I would tell everybody, just continue to do what you will be doing. Don't even try to figure it out because what you're trying to figure out is not even necessary, long as you are moving in the space of where you're wanting and where you've already kind of planted your mind and seeds and all that to be. Just keep moving in that space. And then all of the things is going to kind of, we've already said what we were, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all still doing affirmations. We already wrote down the goals and the stuff, and like it's just in motion. That's all. And you just don't see it yet.
For sure. Oh my gosh, before I'm done, I also wanted to say one more thing because it made me think about you. So I was in a predicament where I received an email from my agent because I do have an agent. This is context for anyone who doesn't like know, but I wanted to share it because it might help someone. But they gave me, basically my agent emailed me and was like, hey, like we need your availability check for a job. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm available. And then, of course, he's like, okay, well, just make sure you're open for these days, And then if I were to have been booked for the job, I would have had to fly out to LA on Wednesday. Yeah, this past Wednesday. So I'm like, okay, cool. So my stuff's packed up. I'm like, all right, let's just see. And then boom, the day of, actually the night before, he emailed me and was like, I'm sorry, like we have to cut some of the, like they have to cut the dancers because of the budget or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God. Of course I'm happy. Like when I get the email like that, I booked the job, whatever. Or I'm about to book a job. So of course the excitement is there, but then the reality of it is like, okay, well, that was out of my control. So I can't be like mad at it. Like it has nothing to do with me, but it was just that of course, that human side of it, like, oh, wow, I'm about to do this. And now it's like, no, you're not. But it was a realization of like, okay, this no is leading me to another yes that's coming. So I wasn't down about it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, it's out of my control. Like, if that happens to anybody, like, just remember, it's not personal and it has nothing to do with us. Like, it just be the business of it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So that happened last week.
I mean, I'm not saying that's good, but I'm glad it happened so that if you've never experienced before, you've experienced it now. You've gone through the part of, oh yeah, I've been booked on a job and I'm booked. Like, okay, next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a big deal, but it's really not a big deal because y'all,
Mhm.
it's like that shit gonna happen again and again and again.
That's the name. Yeah, that's part of the career. Like,
You know.
it happens all the time to this day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, to this
They-
day.
they
literally.
They had entire rehearsals for
Yes.
BET Hip Hop Awards.
Yes. Oh yeah. So yeah. Well,
Oh, you forgot.
Yeah, I
You
forgot.
probably like, let me get it out of my brain. Cause
Yeah,
you know
I
why you
forgot.
forgot? Because you already like, it is what it is. I know,
I'm expecting it. Like, it's to the point. Like, I don't know if you guys knew, Offset, he was supposed to perform at the BET Awards, the Hip Hop Awards. We had rehearsals for like 2 weeks. I did artist development with him for like 3 days. I mean, the bond got, built, and we was ready to perform. Literally 2 days before the award show, we get an email from my agent saying it's canceled. So you
Did
telling
not
me
dance.
I didn't adjust my whole schedule for the month. I didn't make myself available. I didn't tell other jobs, no, I'm not available. But hey, this what comes with our career.
Yeah.
But I low-key forgot about that.
I know.
I forgot about that.
It could have been worse. And
Yeah.
I always look on the bright side. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm glad I ain't spend no money to fly out there.
Yeah.
But then to tell me when I got there
Right.
that it's, budget cut. Oh, I done flew out here though. And
Mhm.
and you said you just work at the local. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how messed up it is. But it's like you just be rolling with the punches.
It come with
Yeah, it just comes with it. So I mean, but everybody can experience that through you now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in here just experienced that. All of y'all got called, check your bill, and then they called like day before and told you budget got cut and we sorry. And they on to the next. And everybody was hurt, disappointed, you know what I'm saying, a little slighted, and then we brushed that shit off and then we on to the next because we waiting on the yes and the confirmed and the booked and all that. It's on the way. So
Mhm.
like that's such a like your mindset, if you can operate like that, like where it doesn't feel normal, that doesn't feel normal, but if you can get as close to that space, sooner than later, I'm gonna say that. If you can get there sooner than later, you ain't gotta get there tomorrow. But I do want you to get to that space where you can move in that and operate in that space because people are gonna be like, oh, wait, you ain't like, I mean, it's business. It's the business. I understand, you know what I'm saying? I get it. What? You ain't hurt, you ain't tight, you ain't pissed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For what? Like another job is about to come around. I know. I done been there, done it. Tour canceled. Yes. What are you gonna do?
Mhm.
So just know it can always be worse. Just try to always find the positive in it. Try to find, okay, I'm grateful that I even got called to check my bill. I'm thankful that they even was gonna book me. That means they're gonna come back around. They're gonna come back around, I promise you.
Yeah.
Trust me, Jazz, whatever that was, whoever was,
They'll come back
they
around.
coming back.
They
They
were
coming back.
they were already interested in you. It just, business-wise, something happened.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They'll be back.
They coming back. And that's all you gotta have faith and believe in and know and trust. And that's it. And we keep it moving on to the next. That's all good because I wasn't gonna be available for this other job that's about to come.
Mhm.
That's how it always gonna be. You're gonna be like, oh, it worked out in my favor.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was messed up, but it really wasn't. It was actually in my favor. It worked out on my behalf. Thank you, God. Looking out.
Yeah. That's why they say, when they say what job is out there that's meant for you, that's what they mean by that. Not
Yeah.
just necessarily saying something that you like doing, but it's more so saying that if it's really meant for you, it's gonna happen. You'll be on the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't ever stress about a job. I'm in autopilot when it comes to working. Like, what happens. Like, if I get the job, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm not about to overthink it.
Yeah.
It don't help. None of the extra emotions help.
The emotional.
You gotta separate the emotion from it.
Yeah.
If you
Gotta
can separate the emotion, it's gonna help. It's gonna help so much.
That's it.
Separate the emotion.
That's a conversation that needs to be had. We
Yeah,
got to
that's a topic right
separate
there. Separate the emotion.
the emotion from this.
Yeah.
And then it won't feel so personal. Like, I can't believe they didn't book, because you be feeling like it's personal when you don't get something. You be like,
Like, what?
and then you see other people that got it, you like,
Like,
I did
Let me tell
better.
you, I had some personal moments in my career. I didn't audition for some acting roles, and I seen the person that got it. I'm like, what? Oh, they want me over here.
I be like, they want it. Okay.
But hey, that's what it come with, just separating that so we won't get so caught up in the emotion and understand there's a typecast and all
Yeah.
these different breakdowns have a certain thing they're looking for. You might be a talented actor or dancer, but the typecast say they want somebody that's 6'3" and way too. I mean, you know, whatever they break it down to, it's all business. It's a certain look
Yes.
they go for certain things, for certain artists. You know, it's all broken down into the characteristics of a person.
Yes. And on a wider, like a more better perspective of even Jazz sharing that story is why even with the entrepreneurship, like just knowing, okay, I gotta have my own too. I gotta
Yes.
have something that it's I control.
Mm-hmm.
I control what happens here. In this scenario, my business, my brand, my money, whatever, I control that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes that's going to be the motivation. You're going to be like, yeah, I'm controlling, because I don't want to deal with somebody telling me all the time, oh, what the budget got cut, or oh, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what happened, or oh, they didn't choose you, or oh, whatever disappointment that's going to come. I know it's going to come, but what I can control, then I can't control that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you control your income and control your scheduling, like you put yourself in position to control your yes and no's.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So now you won't feel so bad for saying no to something or saying yes. Like regardless, you already got your own motion going on.
Yeah.
That's the key. If you got your own motion
going on,
you got your own motion. You just like, all right, now it's a decision of, okay, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I'll put this off. Like, you know, you won't feel so bad about the no's. But you'll feel bad about the no's if you're relying only on those answers.
Relying only on those. Ooh.
Yeah, you can't rely on just those answers.
That is a bar. Do you hear me? That is a bar. That is a bar.
Nah, for real, y'all. We gotta put out some.
Yo, the entrepreneurship is no joke. That is a bar. Like, I got to decide the yeses and nos at some point.
Yeah. And then everything else is like, I'm not putting myself in position to rely on somebody else's answer.
Yes.
You know, now it's just more so, okay, if I want to be in this position, I can. Now it becomes a choice. Now, again, when you're pursuing early in your career, you have to get your feet wet and you have to get out here and you have to learn how it feels to understand these things.
Yeah.
But after so much time in it, you have to still, in the process of doing that part, you have to be building your own lane and your own thing. And I'm not just talking about dance steps, your own you, because we all got something outside of dance steps.
Yep.
And that's the point of this DancePreneur.
Yeah.
To be able to discover what else can I offer to myself and my career as an entrepreneur besides dance steps.
Yes.
So
it's crucial, y'all. As you can see, I mean, Jazz gave the perfect scenario of why.
Yes.
Of why. It's like, yeah, like what if I really needed this job and I had in my mind, I've already calculated how many rehearsals, what that rate is, the actual shoot or whatever the job is.
You already planned your money.
You already planned the money. You know what I'm saying? And it could have it could be way worse than that. Like I'm talking about like tours and all that. So while that's happening, that's why we are so adamant about talking about this, because while that's going on, and if it happens or don't happen, regardless, I still got this thing happening. So she just left DMV. She done planted the seeds for her own business. You hear me? Like you did a class, you put the energy out there for your brand and your product. Yes, I'm still going to be dancing and getting my bill checked and all that. But I'm also building something over here that's mine that I control. Yes.
We had a dancer experience that they booked tours. I feel like tours are where dancers experience that the most.
Yeah.
Because what happens is on tour, they end up sometimes getting too high on the budget. They have to cut people from the tour. But imagine being on that tour for 6 months and you rely all your monthly expenses and your bills on that particular tour, and you get cut from it. Now it's like, I gotta find work again because the job that I was on ended early.
Yeah.
So that's just the career we comes with. But we had a dancer experience that they're supposed to be on the contract for over 8 to 10 months on the tour, and the tour had got cut because of the budget. So now the dancer is back and they had to start Ubering and doing all these side hustles. And I understand that, but see, the key is while on these tours, you got to be building this dancepreneur thing.
Yeah.
Because now you're not relying on the tour income. It becomes just an extra source on the side. The key with dance, even my perspective, dance is extra. That's how I look at it. I don't try to make dance be my only income, because with it being my only income, it kind of limits me to have an instability.
Yeah.
So I let it be the icing on the cake. I try to find an entrepreneur thing about myself that consistently got my own my own flow of income. And then when dance jobs come, it might be the icing on the cake, or it may be the whole cake, because some dance jobs change your life.
Yeah.
So, it's just like putting yourself mentally and financially in position to not just rely only on that.
Yeah.
That's the key of being a dancepreneur. You got to figure out how to grab it from every room you can.
Yeah.
In different ways.
Yep. Yes. Ooh, that was a good one. Okay. Tamisha. Hey, Tamisha.
Hey, sorry, I'm getting
Yes.
this. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Good.
Good. Okay, so this week I wanted to talk about like a little funny story about discernment and like choosing the right jobs for you. So like a couple weeks ago, I literally had like made like a short list. I was like, I will never work with these artists. And it was like a couple different, mainly different men artists that I'm sure some of y'all already know who they are.
Yeah.
And then this week, it's like audition season. So there was so many auditions this week. So first got an email from my agents about the Keke Palmer one. So I was like in there. And when I was in LA, I've gone to Rosario's classes. So I'm like in there. I kind of know his style of audition. It's very quick, like typecast first, choreo, let's get to it. And then you sent the email for the baby. He's on like that list, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've done. So it was crazy. So literally the first gig on my resume it's the bop, the baby's music video when he did the bop. And that was a whole controversy because it was a lot of dancers on there. We didn't get paid what we were supposed to get paid. We had to like somebody sent in a complaint. And SAG reached out to us and like ended up like we had to do a whole letter and they reimbursed us, which was great. But so that was a whole big thing in LA when that gig happened. And then, he was the type of person he was and whatever. Now he's coming back out. And I literally was like, I wouldn't dance with him. Like, he's just not a good person. But then I got the email and I'm like, okay, shoot, like, whatever. I like talked to some of my friends and they're like, well, it's going to be 60 people in there. What if you don't even get seen? You don't got to post it. It could just go on your resume. It could just be a cute check, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to confirm. But also it was crazy because, okay, so the Keke Palmer audition was at 12, the babies was at 2. And I was like, in my head, auditions don't even be starting on time. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to Keke Palmer if for whatever reason, if I can make it to the baby one, I'm gonna make it. But also crazy enough, I was like, I noticed when I got to the Rosario's audition, I noticed I was also more intentional like about my outfit for the Keke Palmer audition versus like my outfits for the baby. I kind of like just threw some pieces in my dance bag because I was like, okay, for the Keke Palmer one, it's giving like, 90s hip hop, needs to be an all black, very like commercial look. And I'm like, for the baby, I know I'm gonna have to shake some ass. So I just threw some like shorts in there, right? But it wasn't very like intentional. It was just like, whatever. Yeah. Long story short, the Keke Palmer thing started super late. The audition was at 12. He didn't show up till like almost 2:00. So the baby's audition started at 2. So thankfully enough, some of the girls left. So it did like narrow down the room, but it was crazy because I was like, so like I could see people looking around like, should I go? And in my head, I was like, I still didn't have this inkling of like, I need to leave and go to this audition because I just knew I was just more intentional about this. And then part of me was like, I literally had just like a couple weeks ago said I wouldn't even work with him. So why? Anyways, long story short, I'm just saying this to say like, I think sometimes we have to like have discernment and like choosing jobs that are like morally for you, whether it's a good check or not. And so anyways, the audition, I didn't book the audition, but it was great. Like I made it through literally all the way to the last round. And then I think it came down to like who was gonna look best as far as like with her, because they like had us dance with her at the end. And so anyways, great audition, but it was just an interesting whole day because I'm like, I kept saying I'm gonna try and make it to the other one, I'm gonna try and make it. And then like the audition started 2 hours late, so it wasn't even gonna be no way to make it anyway. So yeah, it was just a little funny tidbit about just like knowing your gut feel. Like my intuition already said I didn't really want to work with him anyways, and then I end up not even be able to go. So it just kind of like worked out in itself. Don't fight it. Yeah, the other interesting thing about the audition, I actually thought about you, Artrell, because in the room you were telling us in the audition like to look in the mirror and not look at the judges. But and so I just naturally do that. What you had commented on that in the room, anyways. I naturally like look in the crowd just because that's the type of dancer I am. But Rosario was like, "Please don't look at me. It makes me feel weird. Y'all need to look in the mirror and look at yourself." And I was like, "Okay." So it's really just like it really depends on the choreographer and like the audition. But like he was like, "Please, it's making me cringe." And I was like, "Okay, let me focus on looking in the mirror and not at him." So, anyways, those are just my little tidbits that happened this week.
And just speaking on that, you're gonna experience every choreographer is different. Every choreographer is different. Just a general note for any performer, I wouldn't tell a performer to train looking in the mirror, because then it teaches you how to rely on that.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to look in the eyes of choreographers.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that, but I'll probably look past them or look,
Yeah.
like, just show that you're looking in the audience. Make
Yeah.
up an imaginary audience in your mind. If he don't want you to look him in his eyes, cool. I don't gotta look in your eyes.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to look in the mirror, because it's gonna limit me to rely on
Feeling
that.
like I'm on class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I'm in class. So I think good observations, and I'm glad you went with your intuition. Like,
Yes.
definitely go with what you feel when it comes to that. I even experienced that today on certain jobs and deciding if I want to do it. It is okay to go where your spirit leads you.
Trust.
Like, just trust it. That's God telling you, hey, I
Yeah.
want you here. But the more we try to control it ourselves and fight with it, it's hard for us to even see that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I just want to commend you for doing that, because a lot of people wouldn't do that, and they'll feel like, oh, I gotta do it. It's the baby, or it's this person. Whatever you feel comfortable with, stand on it. Stand on business.
Yeah. Stand on
Stand on
business.
business. Like, it is what it is. And
Yes.
you won't feel like you missed the opportunity either, because it's not something you wanted to do anyway. And any choreographer or anybody that view you a certain way because of you didn't want to do something, they're not really for you. They're for you serving them rather than being for you as a person.
Yeah.
So nah, I commend how you moved the whole way, and definitely being able to take that direction. If Rosero didn't want you guys to look at him, that's just his preference. Cool, I'm not gonna look at you, but I know as a professional, I'm not gonna just look in the mirror. It's gonna look like like I don't know. Every room is different. Every room is different. But I think you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can. I mean, in those type of settings, don't have to look at them. I agree with that part. Sometimes we talk about, like, with art, when you're working with the artist and you have those connections, that's different. Like, you're actually on stage, or whatever. And then there's times when you're looking out, you just don't, like, there's no camera there, so it's not like a music video. So you should be at the stage, you should be at the show, and so now you're looking out into whatever. But I'm glad that you stayed at Kiki's, because you just said something that reminded me. You was like, at the end, they paired us up with her, or they made us dance with her, and you were in the room volume 3 with Sherry on. And literally, we said that at a certain point, the choreographer is gonna start pairing y'all up and putting y'all in a group with the artist, right? So that's a whole thing in itself, being ready for that. And I feel like you probably did amazing at this audition, and regardless of whether you got it or not, that was a great way for you to experience the real thing, you know what I'm saying, in real time. But then also knowing, like, that's how you're growing, because now things that you've been thinking about or doing in the past, it's showing up now. Now it's showing up. You're feeling certain things. Okay, something telling me don't leave. Like, y'all have to be okay when y'all have, like, people all day were like hitting me about random stuff. Like, I didn't have no auditions going on. I ain't had to do nothing, but everybody was hitting me about everything that was happening throughout the day. And I purposely didn't respond to a lot of texts and stuff, because I also want you guys to be efficient. Like, the whole point of the program too is to be efficient enough to make the right decisions in the moment. Now later on, now we're having conversations like, oh, well, maybe next time, try it like this, yada, yada, yada. Or, okay, let's try it this way, whatever. Like, that's cool. But in the moment, when things are happening, now you got to clock in. You got to check in. Okay.
Remember what we learned at the room.
Remember what we learned in the room.
Yeah, remember what we learned at
No, I literally said that when I was there, because it was a couple of us from Kiki's castings at the Kiki Palmer one. But I said that to a couple. I was like, we're in the room. Like, we're in the room. Yeah. This is it. And interesting enough, I feel like it also separates us. Like, before some of the girls left to go to the baby, when, like, things was running late, it was like a lot of unprofessionalism happening. Like, yes, the choreographer was late, but for me, it's like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So some people, like, started getting on their phone. Like, people were, like, making TikToks together, and, like, so then, like, people want to, it was crazy. And then people want to, like, talk to you. And for me, like, I mean, you've seen what I'm going to say. Come on. I'm like, what? I don't want to talk. I'm like, if I do talk, it's going to be to, like, one of my, like, Amber, because, like, this is my booking. Like, I'm not. So it was a lot going on. So that when people started to leave, because it was getting closer to 2, I was like, because Also, being in a space
Oh.
with unprofessional people, like while I'm trying to audition, it just like makes me, I don't even know. It was just like
It's my
cringe,
biggest
but
pet peeve about auditions.
Oh, I would cringe. That's
no,
so
I was
good. I'm so
cringing.
happy to hear that. I mean, I know that's bad, but I'm so happy to hear that because
Mhm.
that lets us know like what we're doing is
working.
needed and it's working.
Mhm.
It's working.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like the whole man, let me tell y'all, this past week, first of all, when that audition popped up, I was like, okay, so we just did the room less than 2 weeks ago, and here we are, it's about to go down. And that to me is like exactly, like it's needed. There's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me that some of them that booked it, had they not at least got a little inkling of what to look for, prepare for, or like look out and know, hey, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known. And then Tamisha, like this is her second time doing the platinum program, and she's done the room. Girl, like you're so solid mentally, physically, like you understand, and you understood also coming back. Like, all right, I need to get my ground again. I need to make sure that I don't waver and steer off course because I know what this is and I understand it now. So let me regroup. Let me get back in the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like it's about to happen. I can feel it because you're there. Like everything. It's like little bits and pieces that are happening. It's there. So don't be shocked and like, oh my God, I can't believe this when it does.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I was like, literally the whole time, I'm like, yeah, I mean, and I'm a professional person in general, but also just knowing that I put, myself in spaces like that, like being in a room. And so like when I just kept seeing, me and Amber was getting so irritated, like both, we were just like,
Yo, you can't be around it. You literally can't be around it anymore. Y'all have no, you won't be like, this is not my environment. Like, you know what I'm saying? People that you're gonna be surrounded, you're gonna see. Like, yeah, y'all are like kryptonite to me. I can't be around you. This unprofessional, what? This amateur hour? No.
Literally. And even more, I was like, okay, so if they're leaving to go there, even I'm like, yeah, this is where I need to stay. I don't need to go. That's literally what I was feeling. And especially because I know Rosario, I know he always typecasts first. So I was like, and even that, I like that. Some people don't like that. But I'm like, yeah, even before I dance.
Yeah, let me know what's up.
Let me know what's up right now. Am I even the look? Am I the size? Am I the weight? Because I don't want to learn no dances and then the artist come and I don't even have the look. So yeah, I like that it's like very like on point. And he's like, there's no, and like you said, like taking the emotions out of it. He's like, no hard feelings. Like, I'm late already. She's almost here. We need to pick people. And I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my little thing for this week. It was just like a funny, just as I continue navigating this space and just like really trusting myself and what I say I'm gonna do. Cause yeah, I was just like, yeah, I stayed where I needed to stay. And the people who needed to see me saw me. So yeah, that was this week.
Amazing. And she treated it like a business. She treated the whole process like a business, like just from, being intentional about what she was going to wear for Kiki. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just about, I'm about to go audition. It's like, no, like, okay, let me do my research. I know Zero, I've done his class. Like, you treating it like a real business. It's not just, I'm going to go dance. I'm not going to just go dance.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't, like, I'm gonna do these steps. That's just a part of it. But like, how else am I approaching this as a business? You're literally going to a job interview. Okay. Our job interviews are a little different, but it's still a job interview. Yeah, you auditioning for a job. So how am I coming? Like, what is my preparation? Just how you would for any 9-to-5 job. You're gonna go prepare. Okay, let me get ready for these questions. Whatever, like whatever your preparation is for the interview for that 9-to-5, it's the same thing. Like business. Yeah, handle business. Yeah, all of the amateurs, you guys, y'all can exit stage left. Seriously.
Yeah. I like how you handled that too. That was a good. What I'm hearing. I'm really glad that you picked what your spirit was telling you. That's the hardest part. It's hard to figure out what job you want to go with. So again, nothing to either artist, Yeah. I worked with the baby before myself, and You know, I mean, just hey, what's for you is for you.
Yeah.
You know what feels good.
Trust.
Mhm.
Every job ain't for everybody. It's all good. and and on the flip coin of that, it's just a job.
Yeah.
And it still ain't even personal. You could have still did the baby, and
Yeah.
I'm just here for my check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even, I ain't got no ties to you. Whatever you believe in,
Mhm.
whatever, but I'm just about to do this job and I'm about to get up out of here.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm handling my business. You know, especially if you got a relationship with the choreographer, whatever, you know, it don't also feel like
To
where you don't do a job because of a personal thing. Oh,
yeah, if you do that, you're gonna not do a lot.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna do a whole lot of jobs.
Because not for real, like if we think personal, it's a lot of things personal we don't agree with, but we gotta know how to have a good balance of deciding when there's a drawing the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you always draw the line all the time, then the line never going,
Yeah.
So just find that balance of that.
Yeah. And I think in your case, it was done for you. You didn't have to choose.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like if you do get a job and it's whatever, if it's the baby commercial, we're gonna audition. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't fuck with the baby. It's like, yeah, but that production company, them coins, that national, them residuals, I mess with that though. I do want that check coming in the mail. You know what I'm saying?
We know the baby doesn't have loyalty to certain dancers. He's gonna work with different dancers all over different states.
Oh yeah.
What the project is. So it ain't really more so about auditioning for him. You auditioning for the production and the team and the relationships from that.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And somebody asked in the comments, was the rehearsal then shoot right away? And even that for Kiki, for those that didn't go, and just to give a little tidbit because of how our Kiki says something happened so fast. For the girls that booked Kiki Palmer, fitting was right afterwards. Like in the next room, they already had the wardrobe set up. And so like when you booked it, you were to go next door to get your fitting, and then rehearsal was the next day, and then the shoot was Sunday. So like everything happened like that. So like, I just want to put that out there for people that didn't go to audition, just to let y'all know, like things are happening that fast. Like if you would have booked it, you were going straight to fitting, and then next day going straight to your 8-hour rehearsal, and then the next day going to shoot. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. So, I didn't, she said, yeah, so we knew it was happening like that. But everybody sometimes don't get that information. That's like, I didn't know nothing about Kiki's, and I didn't know about the baby either. But let's just say let's say you didn't get the flyer info and you just showed up, and you know what I'm saying? And granted, that could have changed. You know, oh, you said on the flyer it was gonna start right away. I booked my flight, whatever. Like, oh no, actually got pushed 3 days. So, you know, are you gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Like it can change also. So I think that was a great. Oh, I'm so happy that you experienced that. Yeah, it's like gold, y'all. It's like gold.
I'm sorry. I think I missed it. Did she say that it happened? What was the scheduling like for the baby? I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
No, she's talking about Kiki Palmer. She went to Kiki
Right.
Palmer.
Oh, so nobody here went to the baby's audition?
Yes, there was everybody. A lot of people went to the baby.
I'm sorry. I know I'm late. I wanted to hear about that. I'm sorry.
No. We haven't got to that yet. We was Tamisha was just telling her experience from she just had Kiki Palmer, not the baby. Kiki Palmer's audition and the process of what that was like and everything that happened. And we just been kind of just recapping that. That's it. Okay, all right. That was good, Tamisha. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, all right.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Just real quick, I wanted to add this to talking about how we need to learn how to separate the emotion from the logic of things and just the stresses of how we handle them. Something that might be helpful for anybody that wants to read it. There's a book called Unfuck Yourself, Get Out of Your Head, Get Into Your Life. And there's a chapter in particular on the book that says, expect nothing and accept everything. And it basically teaches you how to let go of what you think and how you think things should be based upon your thoughts and how you think it should go. And once you learn how to let go and accept the organics of what comes to you, then you'll get through things with a lot less stress. So I could put the name of the book in the chat if anybody wants it, but I just wanted to add that little tidbit in.
I love that. Yeah,
Yes, I love
definitely
that.
send that. I'm like, you know, they be having some groups, that community, they be like, oh, the book of the month.
Yes,
I'm like, yeah,
I
let's
love
do a
it.
book read. I actually said today, I was like, I need to read a book because I feel like I haven't read a book in a while, and I'm like, I need to read a book. So thank you, send that.
Yes.
That sounds really good. I like that kind of like that little bit of information. But it was a thought that I had. What did you say, Crystal, when you started about? Did you say something before the book?
Just to add it in, relating to how we separate the emotional from the logic
Oh,
and things.
yes.
Yeah.
The
logic.
expect. I always say expect the worst. No, hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. Hope for the best.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, it's somewhere, one of them lines. Those are always things that like kind of, resonate when you're kind of like that detachment. I know it's bad, but just you hope for the best, but you just got to prepare for the worst.
Yeah, it's like about like being proactive to what could happen. Even if it didn't happen, it's like, okay, I'm being proactive to set myself up in a position mentally, financially, physically,
Yeah.
to be prepared for
Mhm.
whatever life throws at me, and I'm accepting of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not expecting it to be nothing else but what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then too, I just believe that in spirit. I believe that in God. In this book, like, he always talks about just being able to accept what he wrote out for you. So, we sometimes, it's funny because humans, we try to control so much of our life. It'd be so funny when really it ain't ours to control. We got to remember we already got a whole journey wrote out, and we got a whole plan in our life is wrote out.
Yeah.
So I try to always let that be my refresher before I get so caught up in trying to be so controlling. Humans, we try to control too much. We can get up and control as far as like our work ethic and our personal skills. But as far as trying to control what the journey already is, you gotta remember the journey already done. It's already done. We be forgetting that too. So yeah, I like that. I'm interested to read that book as well. But yeah, journey already wrote out. It's just about accepting that and getting up every day, trying to get to the next level of it.
Yeah, I love it. I'm definitely read that book.
I call it the that's so Raven theory. When people are talking about that, because in the show That's So Raven, she always has a vision,
Yeah.
and she always try to prevent that vision from happening. Whatever it was, she don't know what the full vision was. She tried to prevent it from happening. By the end of the
Yeah.
show, it always happens. Why? Because it was already gonna
Nah,
happen.
I
You doing
love that. I
all this
love that you
stressing,
said that too. I love that.
to do the most, and it's still gonna happen because
It's still gonna
it was
happen.
already gonna happen. Yeah,
Nah, that's a good
yeah.
reference. Y'all need to, if you ain't watched, I'm pretty sure we all watched that so Raven. If you haven't watched that, watch one episode and watch when she try to have a vision and control her own life. It never works.
Yeah. Yeah.
She just that's funny. I like that. I'm gonna use that one, Amber. I'm gonna take that. I like that.
Go ahead, Dorothy.
Hey everybody, how are y'all?
What's up?
Okay, so since we were talking about books, just as a reminder to everyone, I got a book and it's in my bio. It's called Quarter Life Crisis. So if y'all
You need
wanted
to
to
put
read some
that in the
poetry,
app, in the chat, in the app, with the
true.
link,
Yeah, come on. Yeah,
drop the
Dapper
plug.
Diane, Dapper Diane.
Yeah.
Drop it in there.
Will do. But yeah, it's poetry. It's a bit of everything in there, covering love, family, religion, all that good stuff. But okay, my question was in regards to like how the conversation we were talking about having motion outside of dance because of how unpredictable it can be. I don't know if I missed it. Artrell, did you go over the whole vending machine process thing?
No, I didn't yet. I didn't. So
Okay.
nobody missed that. And I
Okay.
actually want to pick that up like from scratch. Like we're not gonna rush. I don't want to rush the information to you guys. So when we do the next session that I'm here, I'll make sure I let Kiki know that's how we're gonna start.
Yeah,
with
we'll
that.
start it. So
Yeah.
we'll actually probably like once we decide that date or whatever it is for that Sunday. That'll be in the email information.
Yeah, you bring your notepad,
Yeah.
be ready to take all the game.
Yes. Yep, me too.
Sounds good. Thank y'all.
Did anybody have any other wait, where is I think she left. I don't see her. Anyway, so there were well, not just from this group, but from this group and dancers that have gone to the room, but it was a total of 9 that were booked for the baby. That I feel like 1, 2, maybe I know Celia, I know Elizabeth, a lot of them that have done the program, Jasmine, Shay, I can't, my mind is running blank, but it was a total of 9 that booked from here in the room that have gone through the program or the room. But that doesn't happen until this week. So they actually start. So let me tell, so I can tell you guys when I talk about the business part, and this is what I mean verbatim. What was that last? When did I talk to y'all last? That was on Wednesday. When I told y'all about, I asked you guys about your side. No, it wasn't Wednesday. It was Monday. When I asked y'all, or no, it was Sunday. It was DancePreneur. When we was talking about all of the things that you got to have ready for anything that's dealing with getting booked, you know, from paperwork, from having your sizes and like all of that stuff that needs to be ready. Like if somebody's asking for it, literally you can copy paste in. And so I thought it was really dope because that means people are listening in the program. But Shay sent this when I asked for her size. So the same night they got booked, immediately she was like, I need their sizes. This is like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, okay. So Shay sends me her sizes, but what she sent was like a size chart, and I'm gonna email this. Let's see any person on here? Yeah, I'm gonna email this so y'all can see what I mean. How on it you got to be. Like you got to be on it. Like we not. There's no time for me to be able to go get all of this and send it immediately. She sent it to me as soon as I asked for it. You know, and she did a copy paste. So it's like it's an attachment and you're going to get my sizes, right? That means she had that in her phone already. Copy paste, send, attach, boom. And I'm going to show y'all my picture. So just in case, I'm going to send this in the email so you can see it. But like, this is the business part that we talk about having ready. Because yes, I booked the, I was not here for that meeting. Oh, it's okay. So when you get, let's say you get booked for something, and the thing we're talking about is like having you did the dance stuff, right? But there's also going to be a part that's the business part. So, you know, we talking about when it's talking about rates. So we're talking about, you know, the contract. Remember, we talked about deal memos, stuff like that. We talked about, you know, hey, if y'all get booked, you know, immediately production's going to be reaching out to you and asking you for stuff to send over. So whether it's a copy of your passport or a driver's license, or like, okay, I got to get ready to fill out this paperwork that's thick from SAG-AFTRA, or, you know, like, oh, wardrobe is hitting me up. They need my sizes ASAP. Like everything is like ASAP. Everything is immediately. Everything is like right now. It's like, oh my God, you know, so thinking in that space, we don't have to wait for that to happen and then do, like, let's go ahead and start doing it now. So I know that some people had already done that because they were able to deliver that and send it over. I'm sure other people that booked that job probably didn't have that information on hand immediately. And it probably took a day or so for them to gather all that information because maybe they didn't know their sizes, or maybe they didn't, you know, have the numbers that they needed to have or should have already had. So now we a step ahead, right? And what it's showing is, oh, they on it. Like this group of people, because I was able to send all this because I was like, hey, I need it right now. Hey, I'm creating PDF. So what Shay did, I did that for everybody. Everybody that booked it from me got up there on a PDF. They got a headshot. They got all of the numbers. They got their information. And it's like, it's ready. And what it does, it lets whoever is receiving, whether it's a production person or, you know, another choreographer or whoever, it's letting them know that business is being conducted now. We are handling business now. Yes, we doing all the dance life stuff, but we are also on the business tip and we're professional. And so we lend that dancing and the business equal. It can't be I'm a dope ass dancer and my business, I don't be answering no emails, I don't reply to no texts, I don't answer no calls. Like it cannot be down here because the dancing is gonna suddenly not be as great and they're gonna be like, can we get somebody else? Because they don't know how to, also, okay, the business is great, and then and I'm handling business in the room. I'm showing up on time. I like Tamisha talking about some day on their phone doing TikTok. What?
Yeah, now that's crazy. I mean, you never know too in that case. Like I wouldn't be in that position of doing that because let's just say in that situation, right? Rosero has some secret eyes in the room.
Yeah.
Let's say he has 2 or 3 dancers that's auditioning, but they really already got their relationship with him. He just got them watching how the dancers act. You never know. What if he report that to them?
Yeah.
And, I mean, the dancers report that to him and say, hey, these girls are doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So just being like always on point. It's a job. It's just like an interview. And just like Kiki said, treat it just like corporate, no matter what. It's the same exact room. We wouldn't be in no corporate interview on doing a TikTok in the middle of the interview waiting for the.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I ain't never seen it. I can imagine that. It's crazy.
Sorry, I meant to say separately. I was just answering Tamika. She's asking about the measurements. No, the measurements can live in your phone, like in your notes. But then what Shay did, she just made a PDF. Or not, and now you can do a PDF, but make it like a JPEG also. These are small things that I pick up on. I'm gonna just say it while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so as small as let's say I asked for everybody's headshot. This gonna sound crazy, y'all, but I'm just telling you how I think and how I know other people think. So I asked for everybody's headshot. And so great. Everybody emailed me back their resume or whatever headshot. They sent back a photo. All right. So a lot of y'all sent photos and it was a JPEG, but it wasn't a name. It was just image 2737.jpg. Okay. Now imagine if everybody is sending image 73757 JPEG, right? And all those images are being downloaded. And then what happened was I got Maya Taylor.jpg. Who else had their name? They had their name on the JPEG. You see how small but significant that really is for someone that's receiving it. It was me, but imagine you sending your picture to somebody on production. They don't know who the hell you are. You just sent your stuff over. They may not, and your picture may not even have your name on it. Right? Your email address might not even be your name. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got fancy emails. But the business part has to be so streamlined to where not only are you going to get my photo, which should have my name on it, like a real headshot that I would have printed out and it had my name on it. But let's just say it don't have your name on it. Then it don't have your name, and it doesn't have your name on the JPEG, the file that's being attached to the email, like a digital copy of it should have your full name. So when they download it to their computer, their desktop, whatever, your name is popping up, right? And I was like, as simple as that, like that makes a difference because now whoever is putting together the folder and the file of dancers, all of their names is on their photo. So when I do production, like y'all think choreography is about dance steps, and I'm trying to tell you it ain't. I'm over here doing slides and Google PDFs, and I'm sending references and videos and like names and photos. Like it's a whole production. They could care less about the steps.
Right.
They're like, what are we doing? Who are we booking? Here's everybody. Here's their name, and they might be attached, but their name is on the actual file. So we got to do our part. So if I can make it as easy for whoever is receiving this, they ain't got to be guessing and trying to figure out, well, who's the girl? She had a black hair, but I don't see her. She just sent her photo over, but I don't know what email this came. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be a lot happening. Shay, Shay M size chart PDF. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it's like as simple as that sounds, you'd be surprised how big of a deal that is. You know?
They might not even, they may skip over all the ones without names. Like
Yeah.
they might say, I'm just gonna click the dancer to put a name.
Yeah. You know, when y'all think about TV and film and like, you know, commercials, production stuff, you know, like I said, I keep saying corporate. So just keep that in your mind. But you also want to operate that way.
Yeah.
Just because you're not working in a TV and film setting all the time, whatever, we have to kind of operate a little bit of corporate in our business, you know, as entrepreneurs, so that we show that yes, we are about business. I will slay you on this floor with these dance steps, but I'm also gonna
About my business.
about my business. Yeah.
They find that appealing.
Yeah.
They love that.
Yes, it's very appealing. I'm telling you, because when you work with choreographers, the more organized you are, it just helps their job. It just helps
They
the
can
flow
trust
of
you.
everything.
Reliable. They can trust you. They know you're gonna handle your business.
Yes.
But if you fumbling all your stuff all over the place, it's like I can't really rely on this person.
Oh my God. You're like, oh, let me go on. I'm like, oh,
I
man,
don't know if I can trust you on this job, man. You know.
And a lot and too, because you know, a lot of dancers, not that you got to be going to college and all that, but you know, most dancers, you know, start their career out of high school, you know, or a couple of years after. And
There
so
no structure to it.
School has begun for you, you know, in real life. You know what I'm saying? You're in continuing education, but you are actually working. And so, you know, just because we're working doesn't mean that the learning has to stop. So thinking about that, like what ways can I improve, you know, my skills when it comes to on the computer, you know, don't be afraid of Google Docs and Google Slides and Excel sheets and all. I mean, like just fumble in there and just play around, whatever. Like just try to get as savvy as you can in those spaces that you are uncomfortable being in, you know, because we've been told, you know, dance is like, you know, dancers are dumb. It's like, no, we're not. No, we're not.
And then that's how production treat us too. Production will treat you like that. If they feel like you don't know your business, they'll get over you and you won't even know that you're missing out. Like you might have more money that you're supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
But you won't even know if you don't really understand the rates or understand how to have those conversations.
Yeah.
So just being aware. If you're aware of what's supposed to be happening, it can be intimidating to some productions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you need to be aware so you're not getting taken advantage of.
Yeah. No, we have no choice because it's some sharks out here. You know, there was like a lot of dancers that were on a job, and you know, when you have sharks that are trying to cut your money or like take advantage of you because you don't know no better, or they think you don't know no better. So, you know, they're gonna put something slick in the contract and say, you know, there was an old contract for SAG-AFTRA and it had something that was super outdated. And so had they not seen that, it was like they would have been getting a shitty amount of money for the job, and or some of the stipulations was like, oh, well, the contract has this and this. It's like it was outdated. So knowing like what is in these contracts, but also as a collective, like, hey y'all, hey, somebody in the group got to be able to see what the hell is going on.
Somebody
like,
on that job.
Somebody on the job got to be like, hey, let's everybody come together.
Yeah.
Because we all can't just sign stuff and we don't really know what we're signing.
Yeah.
Y'all know that you're gonna get a lot of contracts in your career. You're going to be signing a lot of paperwork. You're going to be signing a lot of paperwork that you probably won't read. And you're gonna be like, I mean, everybody else signed it, so no. We gotta read. So the part that a lot of dancers, I'm pretty sure a great example would be that was in that audition that was worried about the TikToking, ain't about to be reading the contract. They gonna be like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but what is it saying? So being okay with, hey, let's as a group, you know, or taking the initiative or like asking the questions. Okay, so the rate is this. What is that really? And somebody gonna have to break it down to you. If you don't I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, don't sign it if you don't know.
I don't
You know,
understand. So
wait till y'all got a thorough understanding. But somebody in the group knows.
somebody in the group, and if everybody in the group don't know, there's a representative. Anytime that there's a SAG contract involves, there's somebody that's like a representative of SAG that can actually talk through the entire contract with you. So especially after, if you do an award show and this is what happens. So you do the award show, or you didn't even do the award show yet. You at tech, you're at the sound check and tech rehearsal. And that's when they, throw the contract at you and just hurry up and sign so you can go do your tech.
Yeah, but they'll throw it at you in the midst of excitement.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be in the midst about to shoot it.
Yeah.
About to do the show. You ain't even worry about it. You excited. Oh, yeah, let me go and get you to sign this while you ain't focused.
Don't sign it. And like, wait, what am I signing?
And you wouldn't even peep that's what it is. You got to be wise enough to know that this is preparing you to, when you get in that moment, like, hold on, why are you trying to get me to sign this right now? I signed it. I need to look over with my agent. Do I have to sign right now? Can I turn it in tomorrow? Like, you're not obligated to sign it right now. The payment hasn't been processed. Why are you rushing me to sign this? I need to look over with my agent, and then I can get it back to you guys tomorrow. And stand firm on it, because if you don't, and they try to, we need you guys to sign it right now, or we can't continue the job. No. I should have the right to look over with my agent to make sure I understand and thorough. And of course, when you have an agent too, that's what your agent is for, to help you understand the contract. But in some cases, let's say you're not booked with an agent and you don't have nobody to represent you. And that's when you use your resources, you phone a friend, ask your friend, hey, you think your agent can help represent me? And you want to have somebody, when you're dealing with big numbers and dealing with SAG, you need somebody to represent you and make sure you're getting everything you deserve.
Yeah. A lot of times, with like SAG, AFTRA, it's pretty standard. So that's the good thing. It's not going to ever be like, the number is not going to be like astronomically low, where it's like, well, SAG rates are kind of standard. You'll be able to go, on the website and see what the rate is for this type of show, for this type of TV show, for this type of whatever, group 9, group 3, whatever. Like, you'll know what the rate numbers are. Okay, so the only thing that most of the time comes into play is when it's like, okay, they may have a contract and then they add stuff in there based on what the job is. So sometimes you might have, they're adding, okay, I'll give you an example since it's over now. With Super Bowl, okay, Super Bowl, they had their rates for Super Bowl, and okay, they're like, okay, so now they're adding all this stuff like, oh yeah, Apple TV is gonna drop in and do a documentary. Hold on, wait a minute, that's not in this contract.
Yeah, that's more work.
That's more work. That's more money I should be getting. Okay, so now negotiations are happening. They were going back and forth so many times, like having to redo the contract because the dancers collectively fought and was like, yo, this is what we should be getting based on what we're doing, yada 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 yada.
Now you got me filming with Apple TV. That's a whole separate contract. I need that bag too.
Separate contract.
That's free content of me working, dancing, and giving them the exposure of whatever content they're trying to film. It's Apple. I need some of that.
Yeah. So when those kind of things pop up, y'all gonna be working with an artist, and all of a sudden cameras are showing up into the rehearsal. Okay, hey, this ain't part of the rate that we have with these rehearsals. What's this production crew showing up in here?
Right.
Should I be signing something? Yo, yeah. Hey, can we get you to sign? Oh, you want me to sign a release? We're not signing no releases. We're not signing no releases. When a camera crew shows up into your rehearsal that you've been rehearsing with this artist that you've been dreaming about, when the camera crew shows up, there should be contracts coming in. Hey, so what's the rate for this? Because this is separate. This is not included in the rate from the dance.
This is like an old TV show episode without
documentary, Netflix.
Yeah, they could do anything with that content if you don't, you know what I mean? So don't
sign no release. The only time you sign releases normally is like, you're going to have to sign the release at some point but it's in the contract. But when you are, let's say, doing a music video, you're going to have to sign a release. And it is what it is, unless there's something extra to that, like, oh, you know, we're doing another whatever. Music video is pretty standard. But all of these are still in the same space of like whatever the rate is. So, you know, when you're doing video and they're like, oh, well, we're shooting BTS, you know, y'all might see the signs that say, by walking into this space, you have not signed over, but you have given the rights to use your likeness, yada yada yada. Or you may have come into a space and they're like, hey, can you sign this release? You know, you might be on camera, blah blah blah. When it's stuff like that, and you're not, it's fine.
Yeah.
Now, when you working and they like miking you up, or they're, you know what I'm saying, it's a whole documentary type situation happening.
Now you get that whole actor situation.
That's another check,
Yeah.
or a buyout or something. So those are questions that you want to, you know what I'm saying, you can ask, but just be aware of it more so.
That's how it was with I'm glad you said that you said it was a buyout. When Coming to America, we were booked as dancing soldiers, but they had us say, I think, like one line, but it was just like a noise. It was like every time Eddie Murphy said a line, we had to do like a response to it, like a command or something. It was like ooh or ha, whatever. But us, that's still a buyout.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't the actual word,
Mm-hmm.
it was a buyout because they're using that as a part of his script, a part of his lines.
Mm-hmm.
So it still was considered a buyout. So that's how all those dancers from Coming to America, America was able to get this big old residual check or buyout, even though we didn't have lines. So, but if we didn't know that, we weren't gonna be able to get our bag. But we all knew that, you know what I'm saying?
See, if they didn't know, you heard that? If they didn't know that,
they would have just gave us our little dance rates for the week, and we would have got paid for the job, and after that, it would have been done.
Yeah, they not gonna pay y'all now. If
they could save some money, they gonna.
The job of a producer is to save money. So always remember that. As much as excited as they are about you and whoever the project is, and people if I get hired for a job, I always in the back of my mind know when the producer's like, hey, so we're bringing you.
They're just excited.
I'd be like, I know your job is to make sure that you save money.
And then I'm happy, and that I don't know.
You cut costs somewhere, you know what I'm saying, you moving whatever, and where we can shave and where we can save money, because see, they make the more money they save, the more money they make.
Yes.
That makes sense. It's
so
like
they're trying to get their bag.
Yeah, so they trying to like, ooh, look how much money I saved you.
And unfortunately, they come to the dancers because they know we don't be knowing. So unfortunately, they always try to come to us with the excitement and keep us engaged.
Yeah.
Because they know dancers are not used to knowing that. So they like, let me just keep the dancers happy. You got need catering.
Yep.
Whatever you need. The catering.
Catering.
Yeah, like we got all of these things for you. Okay, what about my money? They don't want to talk to you about that though.
Yeah. So those are like and everything we're saying, you know, I don't expect for y'all to know every single thing. Like I know exactly what to do. And it's more about, because it's gonna pop up.
Just being aware that it's a possibility to ask questions, because you might not remember everything in verbatim when you get on jobs, but at least you know these are things to think about when booking.
Yes.
These are the questions that should arise, or you should be talking to your peers about this and that.
Yes. Yeah, that you're gonna get it. You're gonna be on a job. You're gonna be in a situation, and there's gonna be an extra thing added in there, and that you didn't know about. I think a lot of great example. Was Coachella, Beyonce. Everybody got booked for Coachella. Beyonce, that was it. Nobody knew about Netflix. Like, oh, Netflix.
Yeah, nobody knew they was going to Netflix. Oh, that's crazy. Documentary, yeah.
So what does that mean?
Yeah, that's a whole TV show we filmed.
What does that mean exactly? Yeah. That was a whole situation.
Yeah.
And I think everybody had to get buyouts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just knowing it. And it's cool once, if you're in a situation where it's a lot of y'all, of course, you know, everybody know what the hell going on. But when you're on a job and it may not be a lot of you, like let's say it's only 2 dancers, and all of a sudden you're in a documentary that you didn't know about. It's like, okay, so, you know, and what did you sign though? Did you sign all of your likeness and away?
Everybody probably signed their likeness.
Oh, you signed it. They gave you something. So when we're signing things moving forward, you don't just sign it like somebody has to give you a very like clear what exactly am I signing just for your records, because why? We are business people. We are not dancers.
Right. We're entrepreneurs that know how to
entrepreneurs.
dance.
They know how to dance.
We just know how to dance. We entrepreneurs and they got this talent, but it ain't got nothing to do with just being a dancer. Nah.
Like, okay, what am I signing? So what does that mean? So where is this going to be at exactly? So like you get your list of questions ready, and you have every right to ask. And if most of the time it's, you know what I'm saying, it ain't an issue, but if it is an issue, that's when you gotta have pause concern, because like, okay, well, wait now, I'm not signing this if I don't know what this is, because right now we are in media century. Everybody is trying to make money from media, social media, news media, any kind of outlet, platform, YouTube, documentary. Everybody, the advertising dollars are major. So people are trying to make content. They trying to get they like reality, whatever out. So they getting deals done. Hey, I can, you know, this company, this production company, this media company, this whatever. Everybody's shooting up. So don't be shocked when like cameras start rolling in and they're filming. Okay, just because I'm not on a set of this television show or this commercial or this movie doesn't mean that you can't wind up on Netflix in somebody's documentary. Right. Somebody got to check. Like they had to pay the people from the Freaknik documentary whose footage they used. Okay, so yeah, so if cameras show up, the dancing is not part of like my check for me dancing in this rehearsal or at this show is separate from this. This is a whole different deal.
Yes.
Whole nother check. Whole nother contract.
Yeah, rehearsal checks and the shoot day checks are completely different.
Yeah.
When they cancel the BET Awards, we still got all our money. That was all a separate job. It still goes on the resume. That was a job outside of the production day of the BET Awards.
Yeah, yeah.
But all of the rehearsals and all that, that's money.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. So you know, so just we want to kind of just let your antennas be aware and up and alert when, you know, be excited when the cameras.
That's funny.
Wait, how did they find? Oh, I know, right? Yeah,
right,
I don't know how they find.
How did they find them?
I was in college when Britney.
And that is a funny question. How did they find them? That's crazy.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Well, no, I'm pretty sure there's like a search or something that.
Yeah.
They probably had like a Facebook group or something, you know, like if you went to Freaknik between these.
Yeah, there was some.
We want you to join the community.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, hey, y'all got some footage, you know what I'm saying? You might get paid. And people like that, they probably pay them pennies because they don't know no better. They like, oh shit, yeah.
They don't know. They just like, oh,
you know, like, oh, we need y'all little,
yeah. I take my $100. They probably like, shoot, I got $100 for being in. And then
God,
you know what's funny? I really think off topic a little bit. I really think one of my clients.
I'm sure.
One of my old school. I think if I don't want to misquote him, but I think he said him and his wife was in the free. And he was like, yeah, they. That's what I'm like. I can't remember exactly how the conversation.
I'm pretty sure. Yo, yeah,
it's crazy.
But yeah, so you know, we just want to make sure y'all are aware. Most settings, like if it's something that's not like you're on a job type of thing and there's cameras there, that's different. But when you like, you know what I'm saying, if you're working with an artist and then anything that's like BTS, you just at this, you can't be like, you got to be safe because everybody out here is grimy. You know what I'm saying? They out here trying to hustle, and you just want to make sure you're aware of what's happening because you don't want to all of a sudden wind up on Stars, Netflix, Hulu, and you're like, wait, I didn't know that they were, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that was about to be a whole situation. No, you know, I just signed. I thought the waiver was for, you know, rehearsal. No, they got you.
I think we had one question about somebody asked about how to get a. Right there.
Hey Rocky. Do y'all have an agency that would recommend for someone who doesn't have an agent yet? Like where you are, because I know you're in, or do you care?
It doesn't matter. I would just say like when looking for agency, like what should I be looking for, and also like what do you need to do in order to like submit and get into an agency?
Most agencies are referral based. So you want to just start, if it's a particular agency that you really want to be a part of, like I would start just doing the research first. And then if you're trying to get in an agency, you need to, who are the clients? Because that's really the people that you want to connect.
Yeah. The people that's in the agency, like me all the time, like I'm with the Line Stars, it's an acting agency, but people always ask me, I refer, and if they, most of the time, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, most of the time, once the agency have their roster, they're not trying to accept a lot of new people unless, the roster is not as good. Because the thing with an agency is, once they got their select roster, they're developing and focusing on building that relationship with their select talent. Now, to get accepted, you just have to have some top tier work. If you got a great reel, and they gotta feel like they need you.
Yeah.
That's how you get accepted in the agency. They gotta be like, okay, I don't have nobody in my agency like her.
Yeah.
I need a Rocky in my agency because she's just different. I know she'll book roles and bring opportunities to us.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of bring something to the table when you're trying to get the agency to, like, why would they pick you? You know what I mean? And that's how you gotta think when approaching your submission.
Yeah.
So it's not, I won't say it's difficult to get a part of an agency, but it's not the only way to work.
No.
Don't rely on that, because most of my work have come outside of my agency.
Yep.
So find your balance. It's a good balancing career for me. Some of it come from the agency, some come from my connections. But at the end of the day, having an agency is a good icing on the cake from when things do get involved. And, there is some benefits to it, but it's not the only way to work. So don't feel like, oh, I don't have an agent, I'm not gonna be able to be successful. That's not the case.
No.
That's not the case. Most successful, the dancers we see, like, they have connections and relationships, to be honest.
Yep.
And then the agencies try to work with you because they're like, dang, you know how to work by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, let me try to get in with you.
Yep.
So don't think an agency. An agency is just somebody who's working with you. They ain't necessarily gonna bring you all the opportunity. That's for you kind of doing your own.
Yes. I mean, couldn't say it no better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Prime example, I use my guy testimony. I don't know if you guys know Soup. He danced with Chris Brown. Soup, before he started dancing with Chris Brown, he was out here doing his own thing. That was my boy. He ain't had no agency, none of that. Now all the agencies want to represent him, but it's too late. He don't need nobody to represent him because he's not about to. He worked for it himself.
Yeah.
So don't think you have to go through an agency to be successful, but it is benefits of going with the agency. I'm not saying don't.
Yeah.
Just figure out what works for you, because it's gonna be different for everybody. Like with me, I never had a dance agent my whole career. Newsflash, all of my work comes from relationships, and I'm with the acting agency that represent dancers on the side. The dance department is new to my agency. So I'm really signed to an acting agency. So I get acting opportunities from them. The dance connections, I'm probably on the roster, I'm probably like the biggest dance connections they have. Like, they don't really dibble and dabble in dance for real. So, it's just gonna be different. I'm just putting it like that. Like, it's everybody's journey gonna be different. And for me, I'm personally glad that it worked out that way, because the longevity game is to be an actor. So I'm glad I didn't plant all my seasons to being signed to a dance agency. I'm glad I have an acting agency representing me. Yep. A little backstory, how I got that agency: I was a part of the program just like you guys. I was part of Kiki's program back when I first started my career. And it was a referral, and it went from there. I literally did my monologue in front of them, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I did my dance audition in front of them, and this was back in like 7 years ago. And here we are today, still with the same agent, and I built this relationship for 7 years. Now they just start representing me as a choreographer. So, you just stick with them, you grow with your team, and the rewards will come. But just to answer your question, it's not hard to get a part of an agency, but go through the clients and go through the roster who's already on that agency and start trying to see if they can help you get submitted. But make sure you're asking, whatever you're trying to submit, make sure it's some top tier work, because you don't want to look bad either. And then asking for a referral, then we send over that information. It's like, dang, Artrell, that's what you're sending me? Like, it's gonna make me look bad too. So just make sure you have some top tier work.
top tier.
Yes.
That's like so huge. Like I said, yeah. Anytime y'all sliding and hitting and wanting referrals, like making sure that you got your stuff together.
Yeah, like look out for me too now. You ask me for referral, don't make me look bad. Like I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna refer you, but come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you don't.
Yeah, like what we looking like, what that page looking like, what these pictures looking like, what that reel looking like, what we working on, like who we connected with. Like we gotta have done the work.
Yeah, do you got a good dance reel? Do you train often? Like my biggest pet peeve is I feel like sometimes we try to be ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like that's my biggest pet peeve, and a lot of people don't be realistic about where they're at in their journey. Be okay with just being a student and training and developing a skill and getting better first. A lot of people want to learn how to work so bad, but nobody want to learn on how to get where it takes to work. They don't want to learn the process of being good enough. A lot of people want to just like, I want to work. I want to let me know what all the auditions are. I'm like, bro, do you not want to get better first? Like, let's get better first, and then let's talk about work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my biggest pet peeve. I like even myself. I had to understand that early in my career that it wasn't at one point. It wasn't about working. It was about just getting better at the skill. I remember like it was yesterday when I was talking to Kiki about developing my choreography skill back in the convention when we was outside the hotel. You
Yeah.
said we do this X, Y, Z. So remember that day? Yeah, like we was literally talking about how can I get better at retaining choreography.
Yeah.
Because I was such a dope freestyle dancer who needed to get better at choreography. So, you know, man, all this come with patience and understanding what point in your career, what you need to do. Yeah, simple as that.
Yeah, that was great. I hope that helped, Rocky.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anybody else have anything they want to ask? This could be anything entrepreneur, doesn't have to be anything about dance. Business tips. Yes, Ismail.
Hi. I had emailed you this, but so the other day when we were talking about brand deals, I started like tagging brands in my posts.
Uh-huh.
I got some instant emails, so I want to know like how do we know what's legit and what's a scam?
What's the email account that's emailed you? And if it's not the company.com, like if it's a Gmail, if it's an Outlook, if it's a random, like the ending is not the business company email domain, that is a great indicator immediately.
And you could look up the domain of that company email
Yes.
too to make sure it's coming from the domain.
Okay. Okay,
I'll
because
go back
like
and I feel like it was a blur, but I think I remember seeing your email, but I will check it. Did you send that email or you just asked that question?
I just asked that question because, and then the thing that made me feel like it was a scam is because I got multiple emails, but I tagged them in multiple posts too. So I didn't know if it was because every time I tagged them, I was getting an email. So it could have been legit, or I just didn't know.
Oh, yeah, just send it forward. I can tell. I'll be able to tell right away.
Okay, well, I think you pretty much answered it because from all of them that I've seen, they had like Gmail in the end. So
Yeah, but in the future you can look up the domain.
Yeah.
Like to make sure it's coming from the actual.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like the best indicator is always going to be soon as you get, like, let's say a company wants to use you, they're in the email, it's going to be so like tight. Like it's going to be super detailed. You know, they're going to have a link to their actual company. They're going to have like, it's a person's name. They're going to, it's like the information is detailed enough to where, okay, I can tell the difference between the real thing and a scam. And then normally they'll send like deliverables that they need, and then if it's an exchange for the product, like some companies will like, hey, tell me the product that you want, and then we'll ship it out. Or if it's a monetary exchange for the work you're doing, they're gonna tell you all of the deliverables that they need. And then they're gonna ask for your PayPal, but it's not like you're signing in to your PayPal type of thing. It's like the money that they're going to send you, I need your PayPal email address or whatever. And you will know. Now, if it's, I'm telling you, you're going to know, like, don't ignore the red flags that show up. If anybody is asking for your bank account information to say that you got to pay for the shipping for something, or, you know, oh, we're going to deposit this into your account. No, you're not. All of that is scammy and red flag, and it's real bad right now. So just, you know, double, triple check, even if you need another friend to look, hey, what you think about this? Or, hey, can we get on a call? If it's crickets after that, it was a scam. Most people have a phone number, there's a contact person, you know, or, hey, can I hop on a Zoom? I need to see who this is. Just, you know, it's precautions that you have to take. And most companies have that in place. So if they can't do none of that for you, then it's okay. If they telling you something that's too good to be true, oh yeah, we're gonna pay like something astronomical for like minimal work. No, it's a scam. It's a scam. Hopefully that
Got it.
helps. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Dude, these emails, they was kind of detailed, and the company is doing like a closet thing now. Like they doing these posts on social media of like closet. So that was kind of like the emails, like you get to pick 8 to 10 items and then create your closet and then like make a reel for us. So I was like, I don't know if it's like real or not, because when I went to the page, like the actual page, they do have similar stuff like that on there. So
yeah, just forward it to me anyway, just so we can see, and it could be a for everybody. I can send it to everybody as a example of what to look for, you know, in case some people have never seen anything like this, or what, I don't even know what to look out for, because I don't know. And once y'all start, you know, dibbling dabbling in social media space, you're gonna start getting all kind of emails from like different companies, especially when you're pursuing that. You know, it's like, oh, we see you know, they see you posting stuff and tagging other companies, they're gonna be hitting you up. So yeah, if you can just forward it to me, I would actually like to see it too. Okay, Imani.
Okay, sorry, I had to unmute. Ooh, that Beyonce tidbit you dropped really gagged me. Whoa, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But I have a question. I'm one of the ones that did the JPEG image 2974. I'm a little disappointed in myself with that. However, I sent it from my phone. So how can I check? Maybe I need to maybe I need to save it as a PDF possibly under my phone, or
No,
just save it as a PDF.
no.
No,
Save
neither.
it. No, don't save it as a PDF. Save it as a JPEG, but in your drive, Google Drive. So it should live in your Google Drive, and then you can attach it from the drive, and your name, and it's easy because your name is going to be on the photo. So every time you attach it, you're going to see your name.
So JPEG, I'll do that
Yeah.
tonight.
And do that for everything. Do that for
all of them.
Passport, driver's license. You know what I'm saying? Like any paperwork that you're going to be sending all the time, like just, it could be in the drive, and now I don't have to keep, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a process. If you find yourself doing the same thing over and over again, figure out a way to like minimize that. It's like, okay, I attach this every time I get on the job. Every time I do a job, I got to do the same thing. So let me go and have it together. I sometimes just do your whole Genius Scan. You can do one PDF and it has everything in there. You can do the license, the passport, the birth certificate, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they asking for, because they're going to add, hey, we need your stuff. No problem here. Don't attach the Genius Scan, or the PDF has all of that together. And then the choreographer or the wardrobe about to hit you up for the sizes. Everybody about to hit you up. Hey, can you send me over just a photo of what you look like right now? Like it'd be like random stuff, but it's simple. If you can make it as simplified for your life already being chaotic and crazy and it's a lot going on. Yes. Well, how can I simplify something else that I ain't got to be? Oh my God, I gotta go get a picture. You know, it's just a lot. So yeah, but don't feel bad about it. I mean, that was just something that I wanted to point out for everybody with the JPEG thing, and just make your life easier too in the future. Like, oh shoot, I can just attach that next time. My name already on it.
Yes, perfect. I did want to share that I did a headstand flip in that audition. I went to
Oh
round
shit.
2 and I did a
Let's go.
headstand flip. I didn't make it to the final, and that's okay.
It's
But
okay.
they called my name instead of my number to go home. So I said, you know my name.
Yeah, you know my name.
Get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember me a
Yes,
little bit.
that's what's
Yeah.
up.
Adrenaline is crazy, honey, when you have it. Because that headstand flip was God. I don't know what was going on. But I had to share that because that was an experience.
Oh, that's crazy. Not handstand. That's dope.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, make sure they remember you, and they did. They're gonna remember the headstand, and then they're gonna think about it when they need it. Like, oh, who was the girl that did the headstand?
It was a twerk on the headstand a little bit, and then I just flipped up. It was crazy. It was clean too. That's another thing. It was clean.
Clean.
Yes.
He landed it clean.
Oh, that's what's up. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was up.
Ah. Oh, that's good. I cannot wait to hear about everything with that audition. Just, and then even that process of what that was like for y'all. I think it was great. So happy I had nothing to do with it. I was like, oh yes, I can just hear about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Labrice.
Hey, I just wanted to say that I know like I like can never get on the Zooms because like I'm always teaching class on like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Wednesdays. But I just wanted to say like what you're doing with this program is absolutely phenomenal. Like I feel like even like just being on the app and being able to like view all of the Zooms is great. And I think that like for me personally, I feel like I've been ready as like just a dancer, but doing this program, like I've learned so much on the business side, like and like watching all of these Zooms is always so inspirational and motivational for me to like do better as far as like being a businessman. And I opened up an LLC, even though it was like one of the scariest things that I ever did in my life. Like, and I didn't even know what was scary about it. Like, it was just scary. But I did that, and like after watching some other Zooms, like I was like, okay, well, let me stop playing around. Let me go ahead and get the resume together. And I think that truly, like after opening up the LLC, like it just got in my head that I needed to like step into a different version of myself. And I think like just doing that has opened up an opportunity for me to be so much more creative with my thought processes, and everything like I start thinking nowadays goes into so much more depth. So I really appreciate you for everything that you're doing.
Yes. Oh, I appreciate that. No, that's what's up.
Yes.
That's dope. I mean, just even you kind of like analyzing that whole breakdown. And I'm just glad, like, look how fast man, I be so jealous, I ain't gonna lie. Look how fast you just broke through that part of the LLC to like, what I'm saying, get in the space of being, inspired, motivated, and all that, and stepping into a better version of myself. Like, yo, that is life changing. All of the things that's going to start happening faster now because you've already put yourself in that space.
You planting that seed early. We all are. And the point of this program is to get us hopping on things earlier than later.
Yes, hopping on things earlier than later. Because you're going to still do it. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
You're going to still do it.
It's just to speed our thinking process up, because sometimes it takes us to go through a lot of failure in life to start something. And when we have information off top, it's like, oh, okay, I can start it now and plant this seed now. So like what Kiki doing with the program is, like this is it, y'all. Y'all in the right spot. I'm just proud of everybody for being a part of it.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. No, that's what's up. That was dope. I love that. Anybody else before we wrap up? So I'm trying to think what's happening. So I will send emails to the group that the founding members that initially started. These are people that started, I feel like it was like January. I did actually find out the date. Y'all started January 24th. So we are approaching, well, today is March 23rd. Tomorrow 24th. Okay, so you guys will finish out the rest of this month, but everybody else that has like come in different points, over the last 2 months, your 8 weeks is like continue. So the goal, like I explained earlier, was like the goal is that it's an evergreen type of program. that is continuous, but DancePreneur is every Sunday. So once you are done with your 8 weeks, you still get this every week. So the goal is like you join DancePreneur Collective so that we can continue the DancePreneur entrepreneur journey as we go, because at that point you are, you know what I'm saying, you if you've done 8 weeks with me in the KK Platinum program, you have gotten everything we needed solid, like that foundation. And then obviously the learning never stops, but you continue to grow. But you will be joining the membership. So you would just be doing the $27 a month membership subscription for DancePreneur Collective.
Mhm.
And the goal is like we're funneling not just KK Platinum students into DancePreneur, but this is for anybody. This is not just for dancers. Obviously, everything we talk about, it kind of is attached in some form or fashion to the business side, which is the part that we all like definitely want to make sure that we are privy to and that we are proficient in. And DancePreneur Collective is going to be something that we plan to grow extensively within the dance community, but also in the entrepreneur space, bringing people in that are not just dancers, but they are business savvy people that can help. When we're talking about branding, we're talking about marketing, we're talking about people that are building, scaling, like what does that look like for us outside of just choreography? Like I want to know if I'm trying to build my business and I do this and this, like what are some things that I should be preparing for? So that's the goal with this with DancePreneur. You know, we have been talking about this almost a year, just knowing like, okay, entrepreneurship, but how can we like impact the dance community, because really we are doing business every day, even as dancers, you know, outside of going to dance class, like it's still a business. And it's so much information that we never, you know what I'm saying, nobody ever really talks about, from invoicing to deal memos to resumes to, you know, it's like money, like contracts, and like we need to know this stuff. Like all the stuff we talk about tonight, who's gonna tell y'all about
Nobody ain't talking about it.
Ain't nobody gonna tell y'all about signing these contracts and waivers and releases and documentaries and, you know, like buyouts and what? If you don't know it, you don't know it. And they hoping you don't know.
Mhm.
But you're gonna be the one that's now gonna be on the job saying, hey guys, all the dancers, hey, did y'all look at these contracts? What did they say about buyouts? Huh? What's a buyout? What?
Yeah.
I said, oh yeah, no, see that production company that walked up in the room? They say they're doing a documentary. Oh, and it can be super casual too. You can be like, oh, what's this? Oh, this dope. Like, yeah, we're doing a documentary. Oh, that's what's up. Yes. In your mind, you're like, oh yeah, nah, that's another chick. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get me. That's another chick. Yeah, we got, I mean, so much we can go on and like vending machines, taxes.
It's so much. Oh, this is
So
only the
much.
beginning, y'all. It's a lot of information. So definitely after these 8 weeks up, like she said, make sure you stand in tune with the collective, because it's not gonna always just be us talking. We bringing in guests, we're bringing in people that can inform you even more in depth about certain things too.
Yeah.
But this is the overtime thing. It's no rush. We got a lot of information to cover. And it's going to be ongoing information as we learn too, and the things that we're doing.
Yeah.
So
yes. As we experience stuff,
yes,
lucky for y'all gonna get to hear about it.
Mhm.
And we're gonna be telling you firsthand like what went down and what y'all need to do.
Yes.
What y'all need to do. Stuff that we hear, stuff that, you know, people share with us. I mean, I have stories that will last forever that I can share. So I think it's also just learning from mistakes, you know, because I will be the first to tell you I've made plenty. So I don't ever want you to think, oh, Kiki know everything. No, she don't. She's made mistakes and she's learned from them, and she can also share with you and give you her perspective and or tell you, don't do that because that wasn't the move. Or like, I'm gonna give you my advice and my opinion about certain things. That doesn't mean you have to do that. But if you're looking for advice, you know, why not do it in a space where we can all share and like have a space that's safe, obviously, but also knowing that, you know, we always have your best interest at heart. Everybody won't. They just won't, you know, that's unfortunately, that's just the industry that you're in. But when you know, like you got good people that really want to see you win for real. Like, I'm trying to see some millionaires up in here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk.
Like, yes, you dance and you act and do all that, but your business actually, you know what I'm saying, made $1 million. What?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes.
So yeah. Tamika, I didn't know if you had a question or not. I saw your hand go up a second.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I should email you, but I was asking because I am in the 8-week program.
Oh yeah.
I don't really remember which one I like.
No,
which
you
one.
just joined, child. You good.
So after the 8 week is up, I can still continue to join the Sundays, you just said, right?
Yes.
But that's with the membership, or I could just.
Oh, so after the 8 weeks, it's like it's in the app actually. Like, if you see the app and it has DancePreneur Collective, y'all are already in DancePreneur, so you won't have to like subscribe. But what happens after the 8 weeks, you can actually start subscribing and it'll keep you in the DancePreneur. But you're fine because you literally just joined. I can tell you that your day, because yours is like, it's like 2 months. They've been here since January.
Okay.
A lot of students have been here since January, and then a lot of students are like just coming in, which is great. But the goal is that it's a continuous thing, and so like you are coming in where some of them they've been where you are, and you're trying to get where some of them are. So being able to have those connections as well in the app, you know, like being able to ask questions like, hey, when you guys did yada, 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 what was it like? And being able to share experiences in real time, like stuff that we're sharing tonight, you know, from the baby audition, from the Kiki Palmer audition, like it's as if you are experiencing it. It's not really about, oh, you know, I heard a story about like, no, shit, we was in a group and we was talking about when they had a Kiki Palmer audition. I'm experiencing it. Like when she's talking about it, I'm like, okay, so I know when I get ready to do my audition, you know, or if I ever get an audition with Rosero, I know what to do now, or I know what not to do. Yeah, don't look at him in his eyes because he don't like that. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just I know not to be on TikTok in the audition. Okay, great, got it. You know, like just like that. We don't have to waste time, and like you don't have to. You already know now what to do, what not to do. So that's the idea. Like now you're experiencing things a little faster. You experience the audition without having to be there. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, so that's kind of the idea. But I will be sending an email. I'll do that tomorrow to mainly the members that's first started, just so y'all can get an idea of like the goal and the rest of the program for y'all, like ending out the rest of the month, and then how you guys will funnel over into Dancepreneur, and then also some of you that have not done your one-on-one yet, like scheduling those. And then, you know, I'm doing a lot of one-on-ones. A lot of people are obviously hearing and feeling the energy from this group with the platinum program and with the app itself. It's a lot happening. And so people are very like curious, you know, and that's great. Everybody is not for this program either, and I'm okay with that. Like I don't necessarily. There are some people that I have done one-on-ones with, and I'll be like, no, this ain't for you. You know, I don't care if you do have money. Like this ain't. It's just I can feel that. So I'm really specific and like energy and like what I think belongs in this space. So I'm very protective of that. So it won't ever be like I'm just any and everybody can come in here. No, any and everybody can't come in here because this is a privilege.
It's collective.
Yeah, like yeah, anybody. But also anybody that you guys think would be great for this, you know, definitely recommend it to them. And I appreciate a lot of you guys have been reposting some of the content and stuff. We about to go ham sandwich this end of this quarter going into April. It's a lot happening with a lot of projects that we've been working on that's finally coming out. So, you know, just share whatever you can. And we're going to be highlighting a lot of you testimonials. Especially if you've been experiencing things in real time, you know, you can type it out. It don't have to be a video. We just want to share this energy because it is contagious. And when people feel a shift, it's like, wait a minute, what's going on over here? Because, you know, it's not always about the showy thing and like, ooh, this job, that job. It's like it's an energy and it's powerful. And so, it's important to also share, we're only but so many people and my voice can only amplify so far. But when it really spreads, that's when change happens. That's when people's like, oh yeah, nah, what's going on? Because I want to be a part of that. If you have not done any shooting here in the studio and you in Atlanta, please make your appointment. Crystal, hey girl, she's like, I'm shooting my content. She's like, Imani came, shut it down. Like, make sure y'all if you're here, obviously if you're not here, I understand that. But if you are available to, shoot, make sure you get a chance to get in the space. I will extend you all's access to the studio to be able to shoot, but only for a certain time, because after the program is over, then it's just a reduced price that's hourly, which is still good, but I, I'm saying the whole point is I want y'all to have, the access to be able to shoot content, because I'm showing the story, I'm showing how you start, where you finish, that 8-week progression, continuing on the journey. So we'll be sharing a lot of that as well. So those are some of the things I want to just throw out there, and I will send an email and a recap tomorrow to new members, but everybody, we will be back tomorrow night for KK Platinum. Okay, cool. That's about it. Anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
Just get ready, y'all. We'll follow back up. I will not forget the vending machines. I will break that down for the next time we meet. I know next Sunday is Easter, so we'll probably be after that.
Oh yeah, no, we won't. Yeah,
that following Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
there will be no dance. Thank you. Holidays, like when it's Easter and stuff like that.
holidays. But yeah, no, I'm just proud of y'all, man. I'm glad to see some familiar faces back in. Y'all already know how I rock, man. We got a mission. We on the mission. We on the journey, and it's step by step, day by day. So let's have a good week and let's accomplish these goals, y'all.
I think I'm gonna do. I posted it today. I don't know if y'all saw. I think I'm gonna do a 21-day challenge, April 1st, and I think it's perfect because y'all will. This group will be done. I'm not this group. Sorry, the founders. The first. I don't know however many number. Y'all will be done, but April 1st to keep that momentum. I think I'm gonna do a 21-day challenge. It's a social media challenge because I think this will help people like Ashley too. For me, that it may not seem like a big deal. It is a big deal. It is a challenge. Like when I do some challenges like fitness challenges, they be like, oh child, after the 5th day, I don't know if I'm able to. I don't know if I'm able to stay. No, but I'm gonna do the social media one because I posted the videos like, for dancers, when y'all are saying, you're trying to get booked and be seen, whatever. It's not that you got to post dance every day. I think that's the thing. I don't want you to think you got to post dance every day. And I know me and Ashley already talked about this, but you got to post every day. I just want to do a challenge where we're all posting and we are like intentional. Engagement. So I think I'm going to do that April 1st. So yeah, I need y'all to go and get ready. And I'm going to do it good. I'm going to have it good for you. I'm going to do a calendar. Zoe is like great with marketing. She has a calendar for like the studio. But the calendar will tell you what type of post to do every day. So it won't be like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to post. I'm going to tell you exactly what to post. On Monday, you're going to post this type of content. On Tuesday, this type. And some of it's repeating. But I'm so, I got excited about it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a challenge on y'all. Yeah. It ain't no dance challenge. Nope.
Everybody sure is
showing up on social media every day for 21 days. Let's go. 21 days.
Let's get it.
Let's go. Oh, it's about to be lit. So, and y'all gonna be the biggest cheerleaders. 21 days. It's gonna be cast, and I'll come up with the name, whatever. But it's gonna be a 21-day social media challenge. We showing up every day to our opportunities that's out there for us. Like, let's go. So, and we doing it together. You know what I'm saying? As a collective. You ain't gonna be by yourself. We doing it as a group, and y'all gonna tag somebody that's not in the group. Outside friend and hey, you doing this with me? Come on, we showing up every day. We saying we trying to do this. We trying to work. What's up? Yeah, we doing all them dance challenges. Okay, cool. Tyler got a new one out. Oh my Lord, yes. So yeah, that's gonna be April 1st. So y'all got time to get your minds right. But we gonna do it. Ooh, they're gonna be like, ooh.
They're gonna, yeah, good luck.
Good luck. Start getting your content.
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all a little I'll give y'all a little peek into what the calendar might look like. So you can start getting your stuff together. Like, you know, and it's easy. It won't be nothing. Telling y'all it's easier than you think, and then it won't be so like overwhelming or like feel like, oh my God, like it won't be like that. And then you by the 21 day, that's how you get habits. That's how you create habits. And so now it's nothing. It's like, I've been doing this for 21 days. This is nothing. It could be worse. Don't eat for 21 days. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Okay. I will actually get everybody's Instagrams and I'll send an email too with that. Cause I have that. So I'll do like a what do you call it, directory or something like that. I'll have that for everybody. And then I'll try to make it maybe like a Google link that will be in the app, that'll live in the app, and it'll just keep, you know, updating with everybody's info. Okay, cool.
Kiki, I got a quick question. Do you have a referral program?
Do I have a referral? I don't, but I need to because I owe Candace Davis money. I'm like, everybody from Dallas, she got to join, or Z. But I don't have one, but I just need to figure it out, I guess, something. But yeah, I'm down to definitely do a referral program because that's how a lot of people joined, was referrals. It wasn't like I was randomly selected or they randomly came across my post. They saw my post and studied and watched for a long time and then kept getting, hey girl, you need to, or hey, what's up? You need to, and then they joined. So, you know, it was definitely a referral, which I should start probably, I can figure out something for that because I'm totally down to pay a referral fee, like, or do a link or something, affiliate. I haven't had the chance to kind of figure that out, but I got you. It's needed because I appreciate y'all. I know y'all be referring folks, so you know what I'm saying? It's love. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, cool. Well, you guys have an amazing night. It's gonna be a great week. I'm excited for this week. Some great things in the horizons, and wishing everybody a very, very productive Monday. What are y'all doing tomorrow? Monday, what we doing? What we doing tomorrow? Huh? I can't hear.
Motivational Monday.
Come on, thank you.
Motivational Monday for sure.
Motivational Monday. We tapping in.
I was about to say I'm going to work.
Right.
Motivational Monday first and then go to work. Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Countdown.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you all.